Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Saul. You probably got some emails and stuff about me, from me. Welcome to Memoria. I'm going to give a quick overview of this talk. We're going to run through some logistics, like the schedule, the Names and Faces app, the WhatsApp, and some other stuff. We're going to do a little bit of quiet reflecting and rating. I'm going to talk for a little bit about my goals and orientation to Memoria. Raj is going to talk for a second of two, and then I'm going to hand it off to Michael Nielsen to talk about 10 under-discussed and important observations that he's had. Cool. So first on logistics. In general, if you want to access something, you can go to the name of that thing .memoria.day. So if you want to go to the schedule, that's at schedule.memoria.day. If you want to go to the Names and Faces app, you can go to people.memoria.day. And in general, any information that you might want to know, like all of these links and so on, are at info.memoria.day. One thing that you might not have heard about yet, or you might have heard while you were checking in, is that we have a WhatsApp. This is going to be useful for us pinging you about lunch has arrived and there's a spill in B, so watch out or stuff like that. But also useful after the event if you want to continue chatting with people. You can access this at chat.memoria.day. You might be sensing a pattern here.
Feel free to make WhatsApp groups for things you're interested in. If you seem to not be able to do that, feel free to message me and I'm happy to make a group for you.
Cool. Food. There are currently bagels and coffee set up if you walk up those steps into B and then take a right. There's a kitchen. I see a bunch of you already have bagels and coffee. So if you want bagels and coffee and you don't know where they are, you can talk to someone who already has them. They probably know where they are. The other food is lunch and dinner. Those are going to be served just back there. You're going to see tables set up with food on top of them. Yeah, a quick overview of Lighthaven. Quick show of hands. How many people have been to Lighthaven before? Okay, cool. If you have never been here before, you can talk to someone who just raised their hand, or obviously me and Raj. Very quickly, that building over there is A, the one that you saw as you walked in. That's the only building on campus that we do not have access to. Another private event is running there, so you'll see signs that say please don't go past this point, and please don't go past that point.
Until 4 p.m.
That's right. After 4 p.m., go past that point. This building is B, which contains 2 session spaces. That's the ground floor of B is 1, and the 3rd floor, that's attic of B. This, where you currently are listening to me talk, is Rat Park. A lot of the main sessions are going to be here. This is C, Cantor Hall. And then after that is D, which we're not really using. And then further that way is E, which contains Eigen Hall, where some other sessions are going to be. Behind it, and you'll see signs for all of these, it should be pretty clear how to navigate, is the Walled Gardens. Also, we have 2 sponsors for this event. They are Mox and Lightcone. I'm not going to say more about them right now, because they will say more about them at closing. But they make this event possible, so thank you very much. Okay. Now, I want you to take out your phones and laptops. Right now, as I'm talking, take out your phone and laptop. Ideally your laptop, but if you only have your phone, that's fine too. If you have already filled out a profile on our Names and Faces app, and you know what I'm saying right now, great. I want you to go to people.memoria.day and look through all of the other people who've already filled out the form and already have a profile. I want you to read through those profiles and find people who seem interesting, who you want to talk to. If you find someone like that, write down their name, maybe shoot them a message, say hey, I'd love to talk about XYZ, let's meet up here and at this place, at this time. If you haven't already filled out form.memoria.day, now's your time to do that. I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to do this. If you feel at the end of 10 minutes that you still have a bunch left to fill out, that's totally fine. You should click through and click submit. You'll be able to edit it later from a link in your email. If you don't know what you're doing right now because you weren't paying attention, you can just come up and talk to me or raise your hand. I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes, and we're going to work on that. See you in 10. Okay, that's time. If you are still filling out the form, I would click through and then click submit. You will, again, get an email afterwards letting you edit after. Now is the time to put your phones and computers away. Thank you. So I strongly believe that the quality of an event is directly downstream of the quality of the people who attend. So if after this event you didn't have a good time, don't blame me. That's a good point. No, in all seriousness, I think you guys are all like excellent people. I'm very grateful that you gave this event your day, and that means everyone else too. So like that said, like go around, talk to people. You are here to like talk to other people who came to Memoria. That means everyone else is here to talk to people who came to Memoria. Have like a pretty low bar for just going up to people saying hi. I think like a pretty reasonable intro is, why did you decide to come to Memoria? Or like, what are your memory systems usages? I personally didn't originally want to organize Memoria. I wanted to attend Memoria. And I was chatting with Raj about this, and it seemed to us that the only way that that would have ended up happening is if we organized it. So with that in mind, if you go to schedule.memoria.day, and there's an event that you wish was on there, and you don't see it on there, it might be that the best way to make sure that it actually happens is if you ran it. So strongly consider running a session if you really want to see it happen. I think you should probably have a pretty low bar for like talking about some topic for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then having everyone who's there kind of have a discussion. You should be able to add stuff at schedule.memoria.day. If you're not, you can come up and talk to Raj and I afterwards.
Question.
At like a 3-minute talk, is there any moment of the day that those kinds of things might happen?
There's going to be a project showcase, which I'm going to slightly rename. Oh, okay, great. There's going to be something at 7 that should give you an opportunity to do that.
In particular, the thing at 7 is like a homemade tools show and tell. I think like a lot of us have built up like kind of interesting, hacky little tools on the side to help us use our memory systems. And I've found it really fun to like, I don't know, look at Jacob's like little map thing, and which has helped me like memorize a bunch of geography around the Bay Area. And I now don't need to use Google Maps, which is really fun. So for all of the others like that in the audience, 7 p.m. is your chance. Go for it.
Can we combine or edit our sessions if we can see some overlap or?
Yeah, so combining sessions doesn't totally work, but you're welcome to like talk to the person who's running the other session and see if there's like some synergy there. Unfortunately, the scheduling app doesn't have editing capabilities for you guys, but if you want to edit like the description or the title, you can come up and talk to Raj or me, or like message us or whatever, and we will do that. What else? Yeah, you should stay here as long as you want. In particular, you can stay here until 2 a.m. We have the venue. I encourage you to like stay up late by the fire, roasting s'mores, whatever. We're gonna have. Yeah, go for it.
This is a pretty rare opportunity to talk to a bunch of nerds interested in things very similar to you that you might not get for a long time. So take full advantage of it.
Yeah, in particular, I think like having conversations like these over the internet can be kind of tough. And this is like a rare opportunity for you to do that in person. Cool. So my goals for Memoria are, I want to get stuff started. I think there's like a lot of really cool opportunities for interesting projects. And I think talking to people in person is like a great way to like get the ball rolling. I want people to make friends. I want you guys to talk to each other for like years to come. I think that would be like a beautiful outcome of this event. I want the transfer of tacit knowledge to happen. I think it's often very difficult to like see how someone uses their memory system without like looking over their shoulder at their Anki or Super Memo. Now's your chance to do that. And Raj is now going to talk a little bit more about his goals.
Some of you may know that I'm obsessed with Super Memo. How many of you have used Super Memo? Raise your hands.
Oh.
Okay, so there's like a non-zero number of people. Unfortunately, Super Memo is not anywhere near as widespread as something like Anki because it's a huge pain in the ass. Unfortunately, it's very unfortunate because it's a beautiful piece of software. You can use it to learn enjoyably, as enjoyable as say using Twitter, hundreds or tens of thousands of things and convert them into long-term memory. And it's fun. It's not a drag. It's like very fun to use if you're using it in the way the software intends you to use it. There are a lot of ways of using it that the software is not super happy with. I think that the primitives of SuperMemo, of incremental reading and programmable attention are very important, and there's a huge exploration space here that has just not been deeply investigated. I want to foster more people working on incremental reading apps. I think there are a bunch of directions that you can go, both in terms of being able to, say, manage learning thousands of things, but also being able to manage learning deeply within subjects, and just building more workflows that are deeply enjoyable for learning whatever you might be interested in. I wanted to help co-host Memoria with the hope that people start projects, find collaborators, and that kind of thing. I'm going to be hosting a talk later on what I think the future of incremental reading could look like. What are some possible directions of exploration? I would love if some of you attended that. I'm also happy to chat with anyone that is interested in making incremental reading apps. But yeah, those are roughly my goals.
Cool. Michael Nielsen is going to give a talk in 2 minutes about 10 observations that he has that he thinks are under-discussed and important. So you now have 2 minutes. The session is done to get a snack, use the bathroom, or come up and talk to Raj and I about questions.
We also have bagels and coffee in B, if you're hungry and want a snack now before lunch.
Thank you for coming to Memoria.
Woo!